This movie follows Jun-woo, a careless young man who never imagined waking up one day to find the entire world fallen into chaos. A deadly virus had spread across the globe, and Jun-woo struggled hard to survive in the nightmare. After losing every hope of living, Jun-woo decides to end his life but gets saved by a stranger who later becomes his companion through this brutal survival journey. It starts with Jun-woo waking up one morning and continuing his usual daily routine of playing games online. He enters the living room and discovers a note left by his mother asking him to restock the fridge for later use. He heads straight to his PC and starts his online game. Near the end of his streaming session, he notices worried messages from his fellow gamers telling him to check the latest news. Jun-woo becomes frightened and quickly switches on the TV, but the news broadcast gets interrupted suddenly. Jun-woo attempts to use his phone, yet all signals have disappeared. He begins panicking and steps out to his balcony to see what is happening outside. From his apartment building, Jun-woo witnesses a terrifying scene. Dozens of infected individuals rushing out and biting innocent people. He watches the zombies attacking normal citizens and hurriedly returns inside his apartment. He is still trying to process everything when he hears a loud cry for help coming from outside his door. He grips the doorknob tightly in an alert stance, and suddenly his neighbor bursts into the apartment. He stares at the man who rushes in desperately and describes his situation. He was relaxing at home when his infected brother returned and started attacking him. Jun-woo demands that the person should leave, but the neighbor requests to use the restroom first. Jun-woo permits it and switches on the news. In the news report, the host instructs everyone to remain indoors because a deadly virus has spread across their city. They advise citizens to gather supplies for several days and avoid any contact with the infected. The host further explains that the infected are turning into zombies, and the initial symptom is bleeding from their eyes. Jun-woo's neighbor comes back and talks about his condition. Jun-woo immediately spots the bite mark and insists the man must leave his apartment right away. The neighbor refuses at first, but Jun-woo threatens him with a knife and highlights that the neighbor's eyes have begun bleeding already. The neighbor checks himself in the mirror and panics upon realizing he is also turning into a zombie. Under the pressure from Jun-woo and the guilt of possibly attacking him, the neighbor moves toward the apartment door to exit. Before he reaches it, his body begins convulsing and twisting in unnatural ways. The man transforms into a zombie and tries to attack Jun-woo, but Jun quickly shoves him out of the apartment. The neighbor attempts to push his way back inside, but Jun-woo stabs him with the knife and throws him outside. Jun-woo looks through the peephole and sees another massive zombie approaching his door and devouring his neighbor. He gets terrified and quickly steps away from the door. Jun-woo then uses the large refrigerator in his home to block the entrance of his apartment. He goes into the bathroom and splashes water on his face, hoping this is just a bad dream, but it is all real. And he tries calling his sister, but the network remains overloaded. Jun-woo soon receives a message from his sister informing him that she is safe together with their mother and that Jun-woo must stock up on supplies. But a new issue arises as Jun-woo lacks sufficient supplies for himself. He regrets ignoring his mother's advice about stocking up. The following day, Jun-woo checks the news and learns that the virus has grown even more lethal. He examines his phone and sees many people sharing their addresses and requests for government rescue teams to find them. Jun-woo feels inspired and promptly records a video message of himself, then posts it online hoping the rescue team will locate him. He watches a video of a man who climbs onto his balcony to catch a signal and succeeds for a moment, but immediately afterward the man falls from the balcony. Jun-woo gets an idea and uses his drone to carry his phone higher up to capture signal from greater height. Using his VR goggles, he controls the drone through the ruined buildings and inspects every floor. After noticing all floors filled with zombies, Jun-woo sends the drone even higher. His plan succeeds, and he gains some signal on his phone. He calls his sister, and just as the drone reaches a good signal range, the battery runs out and the drone must return. Jun-woo waits and recharges his drone. He tries to distract himself by logging into his game again, but low signals prevent the game from connecting properly. He chooses to sleep, but at midnight, Jun-woo wakes up due to loud gunshots. He looks out and sees a female cop firing at the zombies. The zombies ambush her and knock the gun from her hand. In her final desperate move, she attempts to shoot herself, but gets pulled away by the zombies. Junwoo eyes the gun and understands he needs it for his own protection. While thinking about this, loud banging on his door draws his attention. He turns around and grabs a baseball bat for defense. The door bangs once more, and the refrigerator swings open. Behind the fridge, a gruesome zombie grins evilly at Junwoo. It lunges toward him, knocking the fridge over during the attack. Junwoo quickly searches for an escape and glances at his balcony. He looks down and realizes he can use it to get away. He stares directly at the zombie and acts as if he will jump. He releases his grip but catches the railings at the last moment and saves himself. The zombie, however, falls for the deception and leaps out of the balcony. He watches the zombie with relief and begins pulling himself back up using the railing. He rushes back inside and nails his door shut for better security. After handling the door issue, Junwoo turns to check the rest of his apartment. He sees the fridge contents scattered on the floor and feels deep pain upon realizing his food supplies are ruined. He collapses emotionally and gathers whatever items remain unspoiled. After enduring a difficult night, Junwoo records another video message on his tablet and uploads it online. He states in the message that this is already the second day he has been trapped inside, and it seems like a miracle that he has survived everything so far. He posts the message and goes to sleep. After several days of remaining trapped inside the house, he opens his father's alcohol cabinet and takes out a bottle. With nothing else left to drink, Junwoo consumes the alcohol to satisfy his thirst. He pours himself a glass and walks over to the balcony. He confirms that all windows are covered with sheets to stop zombies from seeing him inside. He takes the drink and sits down on his couch. He turns on the news for updates on the deadly virus. The reporter mentions that conditions outside remain unstable and people should continue staying indoors. Junwoo prepares instant noodles for himself and eats them eagerly. While standing up from the couch, he accidentally knocks over the last water bottle onto the floor. He stares at it helplessly and, having no alternative, drinks the spilled water directly from the ground. After 10 days of being stuck at home, he peeks out the window and gazes at the gun he secretly desires for protection. He returns inside and checks the news again. Junwoo stands up, feeling weak throughout his body. He begins drinking more of his father's alcohol bottles. In his intoxicated state, he looks at the door and starts imagining that his family has come back home and life has returned to normal. In this hallucination, his mother enters, and Junwoo rushes to hug her. The next moment, Junwoo snaps out of the hallucination and realizes it was only a dream. He cries out in despair and breaks down from sadness and severe dehydration. He grows desperate to hear his family's voices. Suddenly, a voice message arrives from his mother, and Junwoo eagerly tries to listen. He uses his selfie stick to hold the phone and leans out from the balcony for better reception. The voice message plays, and he hears his mother and sister speaking, but soon their voices turn into screams as zombies attack them on the recording. Junwoo starts crying while all the zombies outside the building begin gathering below him. Junwoo returns inside the apartment and suffers a full mental breakdown. He throws his belongings around wildly. He smashes objects, even kicking his own television. After realizing he has nothing more to lose, he steps out of his apartment without fear and kills a zombie lying near his door. He continues forward and sees another zombie neighbor eating a corpse. Junwoo shouts angrily at it to be quiet. This sound attracts other zombies behind him, and they start chasing. Junwoo runs away quickly and tries opening the elevator for escape. To his shock, the elevator doors open to reveal it is packed with zombies. Junwoo flees from there immediately and finds a place to hide. He moves silently behind the zombies and waits until it is safe to return to his apartment. Upon reaching it, Junwoo spots a blind zombie trailing him. He quickly faces the wall and holds his breath, staying completely silent. Only after the blind zombie moves past does he quietly slip back inside. The sound of locking the door draws the zombies' attention again, and they begin pounding on Junwoo's door. Junwoo struggles hard to keep the door closed and prevents anyone from entering. Eventually, the zombies lose interest and move away. Junwoo sighs with relief and returns deeper into the apartment. After 20 days since the outbreak, Jun has finished all the alcohol from his father's cabinet. He looks through the window coverings and sees a massive explosion far away. Following the blast, all lights in the buildings go out. Jun-woo's mind finally breaks, and he decides to end his life. Before committing suicide, Jun-woo records one final message on his tablet and heads to the ceiling fan. He ties a rope to the fan and prepares to hang himself. With a determined push, Jun-woo starts hanging from the rope. Suddenly, a red laser appears on his face, and Jun-woo panics. He struggles desperately to free himself from the rope, and after many attempts, he finally unhooks it. He notices the laser pointing at the word "no" on his wall poster. It turns out the laser is coming from a woman named Kim, another survivor living in the building across the street from Jun-woo. Jun-woo quickly steps outside and feels a sudden ray of hope upon seeing another survivor like himself in this ruined world. Kim communicates with Jun-woo using posters on his wall. Jun-woo becomes happy and tries to get a better look at his new companion. The girl uses her laser pointer to indicate words written on posters in Jun-woo's apartment. She warns him not to speak loudly or it will attract the zombies. Jun-woo agrees and waves at her happily. They both decide silently to communicate using hand gestures. They gesture to each other that they will meet every day at their balconies at 7 a.m. while the zombies have limited vision. Jun-woo walks back inside his apartment with a big smile, thrilled that he has finally found another survivor nearby. Inside Kim's apartment, she has prepared many traps at her door to block any invading zombie. She holds her weapon tightly for defense. She stares at the door and remains alert all night long. The next day, Jun-woo wakes up suddenly and checks the time on his phone. To his surprise, it is already 11 a.m. He rushes out and opens the window. He looks toward Kim's apartment and sees her windows fully closed. He feels disappointed and keeps staring. Unbeknownst to him, Kim is also watching him through binoculars. She checks the area around Jun-woo's apartment carefully and opens her window slowly. She glares at Jun-woo and scolds him silently for being late. Jun-woo apologizes quickly, and they introduce themselves by writing their names on electronic devices. After their short conversation, Kim suddenly glances back into her apartment. She gestures to Jun-woo that she will meet him again tomorrow and returns inside. Meanwhile, inside Kim's apartment, a zombie has already triggered her trap. Kim quickly kills the zombie and removes it from her place. The following day, rain begins, and both survivors use every available bowl and container to collect the rainwater. The next day, Jun-woo appears at the window, looking clearly weak and hungry. Kim feels sorry for him and attempts to send him some food. She ties a string to a ball and throws it toward Jun-woo's apartment, but the ball drops to the ground. Because the distance between the two apartments is quite large, Kim struggles to deliver food to Jun-woo. Jun-woo suddenly has an idea and uses his second drone to carry a string across to Kim's apartment. They successfully link the line between their balconies and begin exchanging food items. Kim sends some food to Jun-woo, who accepts it gladly and eats with great enjoyment. He thanks Kim with a grateful gesture. Just as he is thanking her, his expression changes to panic when he sees a zombie grabbing the rope attached to the ball Kim had thrown earlier. The zombie pulls the rope forcefully. The moving table strikes Kim, knocking her unconscious. Jun-woo watches helplessly as the event unfolds. He tries stopping the zombie by throwing water bottles at it, but they all miss and fall down. With fast thinking, he uses his drone to distract the zombie while Kim remains unconscious. The plan succeeds as the zombie gets drawn to the drone's noise. The zombie grabs the drone, and at that moment, Kim wakes up and cuts off the arm of the creature. The zombie collapses, and the surrounding group starts roaring toward Kim. At the same time, the sounds from Jun-woo's apartment attract zombies in his own building. So Jun-woo finally decides to search for supplies. He wraps duct tape around his shoes to silence his footsteps. He sneaks out quietly at night and finds his neighbor's dead body. He approaches it and discovers the key to the neighbor's apartment in the pocket. He enters the neighbor's apartment and starts searching for food. He walks into the bedroom and is surprised to find a corpse lying on the bed. He bends down to check whether the corpse is infected when a zombie suddenly attacks him. He uses the dead body as a shield and manages to escape the apartment. He rushes back safely to his own place and eats the supplies he found. He also prepares a share for Kim and places a walkie-talkie inside it for communication. After delivering the food and walkie-talkie, Kim and Junwoo begin talking through the device. After exchanging conversations, they learn more about each other. Kim thanks him for the food, but Junwoo says she was the one who saved his life first. Kim disagrees and tells him she only gave him a reason to live, and it was his own choice to keep going. They prepare their noodles at the same time and continue sharing stories. Kim admits she is afraid of heights, but he reminds her that a woman who bravely chopped off a zombie's hand should not fear such small things. Kim explains she no longer sees zombies as human beings, which makes it easier for her to kill them. While they are talking, they hear the sound of rain. Both stand up quickly to collect rainwater, but surprisingly, there are no raindrops falling outside. They realize the sound actually comes from many zombies that have entered the buildings. They both drop to the ground and stay completely silent. Kim accidentally knocks over a table in her apartment. The noise draws the zombies straight to her door. Kim understands she may not survive. She informs Junwoo about the situation, and he becomes very worried for her. Just as the zombies are about to break through Kim's door, Junwoo calls the landline of another apartment in her building, which distracts the zombies and buys Kim enough time to escape. Junwoo and Kim agree it is time to leave their buildings and find a safer place. Kim packs her things and ties a rope around herself. She jumps courageously from her balcony and reaches the ground below. She fights her way to Junwoo's building and clears out the attacking zombies. Junwoo watches amazed as Kim bravely defeats them all. Suddenly, she gets pinned by a zombie, but Junwoo arrives just in time and helps her fight it off. They reach the building Kim had mentioned and enter it. They shut the glass door behind them, but notice the glass is too fragile to hold back the zombies. They hurry into the elevator and go up to the 8th floor. Once there, they begin checking all the apartments. Kim spots a zombie in the hallway and gets frightened. Within seconds, dozens more zombies appear behind the first one. Junwoo and Kim run in fear and push an iron gate to block them. They fight the zombies with all their strength. They continue searching rooms, and suddenly one apartment door opens and someone pulls Kim inside. The masked person from inside throws a smoke grenade and allows Junwoo to enter the apartment as well. Kim remains doubtful of this person and raises her weapon. She asks why he is still alive when she had checked the building multiple times and found no survivors. The man says he believed he was the only living person left in the area. The man provides them with food and says they must wait for the rescue team to arrive. Junwoo feels shocked and expresses joy that they will finally be rescued. The man reassures him and stands up. Suddenly, Junwoo collapses unconscious onto the table, and Kim also begins feeling dizzy. She realizes the man had added sedatives to the water. Before she can react, she falls unconscious too. When she wakes up, she finds herself chained in a bedroom with a female zombie held by the masked man. Kim tries to defend herself, but her hands are bound. The man outside explains that this is his wife, and he has been feeding her humans to keep her alive. He informs Kim that she will be the next meal. Junwoo wakes up behind the man and uses all his remaining strength to attack him. He succeeds in grabbing the chains of the zombie. Before the man could escape, Jun releases the female zombie onto him. The zombie bites down on the man, who accepts it willingly. He tells Junwoo to let his wife feed on him. Kim grabs the gun from their belongings and shoots both the man and the female zombie. The gunshot noise attracts every zombie nearby, and the pair realizes they are now in grave danger. Kim hands the gun to Junwoo and begs him to shoot her. Jun hesitates and starts crying. Before he can pull the trigger, both hear helicopters approaching outside. They look through the window and see many helicopters in the sky. They gather their determination and decide they must reach the roof to get spotted by the rescue team. But Junwoo chooses to stay behind on the stairs to give Kim time to signal a helicopter. Kim runs upstairs quickly, but surprisingly finds no one in the sky. Junwoo soon follows and reaches Kim. They both feel heartbroken and lose all hope. The door behind them breaks open, and zombies begin pouring onto the rooftop. Suddenly, a helicopter appears behind them and starts shooting at the zombies. The helicopter rescues the pair and flies away. The soldier explains they were located after seeing Junwoo's video on social media. Both sigh with relief and look down at the zombies below. Finally, their nightmare ends, and they are taken to a safe location.